for the sky, boy.
What's up, everybody? Happy 4th of July weekend. I'm not gonna name it April Black. Welcome to my review of WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view or Premium Live Event 2023 right here on the PW Hustle Zone. Yeah! I gotta tell you, Money in the Bank the last few years have been pretty damn solid, and this show was no different. Most of the time you see Money in the Bank having great matches or great moments, but this one has had both of them combined in one show, and had a couple of surprises. One surprise that people didn't, some people didn't see coming, and some that did. You know what I'm talking about. But before we talk about the good stuff, let's talk about the stuff that didn't matter to me, at least. The Women's Tag Team Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks defended the titles against Raquel Gonzalez and the returning Liv Morgan. They came back due to a shoulder injury. Nothing to see here. I mean, you have it's a Ronda Rousey match, so what do you expect? Ronda Rousey blind tags Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler out of the blue turns on Ronda Rousey and chokes her out, leaving her high and dry, and having Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez get the win, become the two-time WWE Women's Tag Team champions. And some say he wants to Shayna Baszler turn heel, but does he turn face? Let's be real. This is probably a long time coming. Was it pointless to have him win the Women's Tag Team Championships? Definitely. But having Shayna Baszler turn on Ronda Rousey, we finally getting the green space back, the badass bitch that we saw in NXT. So hopefully we see a lot more of a business side of Shayna Baszler in the main roster this time around. We saw a bit of piece of it, but hopefully this sticks for a while. Also, you have Damien versus Cody Rhodes. Who fucking cares? Cody Rhodes get the win after counting the 619 and hitting Dom with the crossroads. Thank God it wasn't a main event, because I heard some dumb rumor that it was supposed to be the main event of the show. Like, I didn't believe that for a second, because when you have women on the card, you know who's gonna be a main event, whether that be in a tag team match or a title match or whatever. One way gotta be main event whenever he's on the card. So that was a dumb rumor I heard, and I'm glad it wasn't a main event, because that match was dumb as hell. Just a wild goose chase. Dom being a little piss boy. We want to be a man, and want a man to hit her. I mean, sooner or later, we ain't gonna come in and RKO your ass. So just you wait. You get your wish, dumbass. But yeah, Cody was winning the crossroads. I don't care. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the main show. The first match of the night, you have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You have Santos Escobar, Nakamura, Pete Dunne, Ricochet, Damien Priest, L.A. Knight, and Logan Paul. The only guy in the fucking match that didn't qualify, just like all the other 6 guys that in the match. And as soon as the bell rings, they all gain up on Logan Paul and start beating the crap out of him. And they did that for a couple times in this match. At one point, Logan Paul did a frost blast on the ladder to Damien Priest, and KSI, who was at the event obviously because they were in London. Shout out to all my bros and brodes out there. They were in London with the KSI's from London. He didn't get involved, but he did pass a bottle of Prime to Logan Paul. He drank it, and he definitely needed some more Prime after this match. I'll get that in a little bit, but that's the only time we saw KSI getting involved in this match. But you have Pete Dunne going crazy on the outside, doing a moose on the outside to a couple of dudes. We can say doing a suicide dive to 3 guys on the outside, through the ladder, like when it going through the middle of the ladder. So that was pretty cool. But there's one spot in the match I did not like at all. That's when Logan Paul and Ricochet were dangling, losing balance on the ladder and trying to keep their balance on the ropes. And Ricochet did a Spanish fly off the ropes on the outside to two tables that were laying on across on the outside, and they missed one table. They landed on another table. Logan Paul landed face first on to the table, and Ricochet landed head first. Blood was on the shoulder of Logan Paul. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was from Ricochet. But either way, that was just a dumb spot they did. I'd rather they did recreate the spot they did at the Royal Rumble, because that was nonsense. But closing moments of the match, you had LA Knight, who was super over in London, but didn't matter how over he was, because at the end of the day, Damien Priest sneaked his way in the match, in the middle of the ring, hits LA Knight with a broken arrow, and Damien Priest is the senior Money in the Bank winner, Mr. Money in the Bank, getting the win, and I'm pretty sure Finn Balor you're not gonna be happy about that, especially what happened after his match against Seth Rollins. But I have no problems with this option, having Damien Priest win. I like it better than Logan Paul. I'll take this or LA Knight. But I'm pretty sure this not gonna be the end of LA Knight. I mean, this was plan A. Plan B, when Triple H's words, is always the plan B. So I think it's time for LA Knight to have some gold around the race. It's not gonna be a World Championship. Let it be the U.S. Championship. I don't mind seeing Austin Theory versus LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. It's obvious that the crowd is behind him. So might as well turn this guy full-fledged babyface already, and because he's getting over day and night. So don't mind seeing LA Knight versus Austin Theory for the U.S. Championship, because Austin Theory, U.S. Champion, is getting stale. But nonetheless, congratulations to Damien Priest, Senior Money in the Bank. And then when you talk about the next match, is Matt Riddle versus Walter for the Intercontinental Championship. Matt Riddle has been dealing with a foot injury, suffering from Walter at this past Monday, and so he had walking around with a taped foot. But this match was pretty decent. Ever since Walter had been up on the main roster, we have hardly seen him having bad matches. We hardly seen him have bad matches. Period. Ever since he signed WWE. But this match was pretty good. Very hard hitting. Walter was just eyeing that leg the whole match, the foot the whole match, and for the most part, Matt Riddle fought through it, but it was not enough. He just couldn't resist the pain, and Walter won the match by tapping out Matt Riddle with the Achilles heel, tapping out Matt Riddle right away. It was just no hope for him to recover after that. And hopefully we can see Matt Riddle keep it thick in his pants for a while. But that's another story for another day. But after the match, Walter does not have any chance to celebrate, because we witnessed the return of the Sky's Warrior, Drew McIntyre. The guy who wanted to have one foot out the door and potentially leaving WWE to go to AEW and debut over there in Wimbledon and all in. But I guess those rumors are true, and honestly, thank God they're not true, because him being in WWE is better fit than going to the AEW for obvious reasons, because they already have a ton of people there to the point they need to do another primetime show on Saturdays. They have one on Wednesdays and have one on Saturdays, and they just need to give it a so-called rampage on Fridays, because let's face it, nobody watching that shit anymore. They gave up 2 episodes after the debut, so nobody cared about any rampage anymore. I don't think they ever did, but that's beside the point. Drew McIntyre comes in, staring down Walter, hit him with a Glasgow kiss and the Claymore kick, and standing tall, pulls him to the IC Championship, making his intentions clear that he wants the IC Championship, and he wants to be the one to dethrone the ring general. And we might see that match happen sooner rather than later at SummerSlam. And speaking of SummerSlam, I want to talk to you about that a little bit. I know I'm not the only one that thinks this, but you guys saw the SummerSlam commercial when they promoted on during the show. Why the hell they try to act like this is a Fast and Furious teaser trailer? And I know I'm not the only one that thought that. There was definitely something that you can see from a teaser trailer for Fast and Furious. You don't believe me? Watch this commercial again, because it's on YouTube on their WWE YouTube channel, and watch the recent teaser trailer for Fast X. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They try to be like that Fast and Furious, and it's just like, I get they gotta be in Detroit, the Motor City, but like, you could have done this for Fastlane more than rather than SummerSlam. I'm just saying. But again, I can't be the only one that thought that. But let me know if you see the resemblance. But anyway, speaking of Fast and Furious, we saw the return of John Cena, aka Jacob Toretto, making a surprise appearance. We knew he was in London. He was shooting a film. He was hanging out over there with his friend, and he just dared to just say hi to the crowd and trying to beg and plead WWE to bring WrestleMania to London. And I would say this: I would accept WrestleMania going to London if we Minnesota get WrestleMania beforehand. So before London gets to WrestleMania, we need to get a WrestleMania here in Minnesota. God damn it! So yeah, make it happen. But having WrestleMania in London would be pretty damn cool. And with the crowd at Money in the Bank last night, the crowd was on fire the whole night. So having WrestleMania there in London would be really fucking cool. You had a SummerSlam there. I mean, I don't think it's not gonna be a problem having a WrestleMania there in London. But one person that apparently had a problem with that is the Marky Mark of Australia, Grayson Waller. He ended up John Cena, and of course the London crowd let him have it, saying shut the fuck up, calling him a wanker, all this shit, and he tried to have him get on the Grayson Waller effect, his talk show that's been pretty popular on SmackDown recently. And John Cena's like, no. And Grayson Waller says nobody says no to the Grayson Waller effect. And John Cena with the callback, when he saw the viral video of him getting approached by Mark Tard, hanging out with his friend, and he said, how about I spend some time with my friends? And he said that exact same thing for that viral video to Grayson Waller. So some of y'all caught that, some of y'all didn't. But Grayson Waller took offense to that, and he attacked John Cena. And John Cena quickly just gave him a much-needed attitude adjustment, and that was it. And that, I thought it was that kind of pointless. But hey, John Cena making a surprise appearance. No one knew about it. No dirt sheets were like on the heels of this. It was a pretty very surprise appearance. See him come out and just address the WWE universe. It was pretty cool, but it was kind of pointless. But moving on to the next match, you have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. You have Io Shirai, Bayley, Zelina Vega, Zoe Starks, Becky Lynch, and Trish Stratus, who are making her first ever Money in the Bank ladder match appearance. And if the first match was a spot fest, this match was a box fest, and it's nothing new with a women's ladder match these days, because it's always gonna be your handful of bosses, but it's also be your handful, a couple of spots that were pretty damn good. Like at one point, you have Zelina Vega doing a sunset flip powerbomb onto another ladder that was bridged with a net ladder that was set up and to the ropes onto Zoe Stark. That was a pretty damn good spot. And you have Io Shirai with her patented moonsault off the ladder to the five women that were in the match. I mean, I'm gonna say right now, and don't at me, Io Shirai has one of the best moonsaults in the game right now. She has one of the best. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people that agree with me, but to people that don't, go fuck yourselves. Anyway, but Io Shirai has one of the best moonsaults out there. At one point, you had Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch fighting. Yeah, so he's already started trying to handcuff her to the ropes, but Becky Lynch fights out of it. Bayley pushes the ladder off of the middle of the ring while Io Shirai trying to grab the briefcase. And yeah, every room for herself, but you should know that Bayley fucked up, and Io has been on her ass for a while because he's been giving her a stink eye, telling her to get out of my business, trying to she's been trying to just push Io Shirai around, and Io ain't having it. To the point where she grabbed the handcuff that Becky Lynch still had on, and handcuffed Becky to Bayley, climbed over Bayley, and she grabbed the briefcase, and she is the Mrs. Money in the Bank winner of 2023. Well deserved. Thank God that CC won, because people did not like the fact that LA Knight lost, so they were hoping that they don't drop the ball with this one, and they didn't. Having Io Shirai win the match, she is missing Money in the Bank, and that means he could cash in on either the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley or the obvious choice, in my opinion, the WWE Women's Champion Asuka, because people want to see Asuka for the Io Shirai for a long time, and I'm one of those people. I mean, yeah, I'd rather see Io Shirai cashing on Rhea, and so she can take that title off of Rhea, but honestly, the money match would be Asuka versus Io Shirai, because that match would be, to quote Sheamus, a banger. That's the match I want to talk about. You have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Finn Balor and Seth freaking Rollins. Now, of course, this match was a really good matchup. Seth and Finn have always had great chemistry, in my opinion. Of course, Seth Rollins have battling bruised ribs. Those bruised ribs have been brutalized for past 2 or 3 weeks, thanks to Finn Balor with the cooling walls on the outside, chair shots to the ribs from Monday Night Raw to NXT. It's just Finn was beating the crap out of him, and honestly, I'd rather have Finn just beating the crap out of people without needing to bring out the demon. And this is he said himself, he doesn't need body paint to be a demon. It's always in him. But this match was a really good match. Seth Rollins always had put out good matches against anyone on the roster. At one point, Damien Priest does come out during this match. We thought they could cash in on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins stops him. Finn Balor confronts Damien Priest on the outside, and at one point, Damien Priest kind of distracted Finn Balor, and Finn Balor called himself the matchup, missing the coup de grace, get hit with a curse stomp, and that was the 1, 2, 3. Seth freaking Rollins is still the World Heavyweight Champion. And I think that was a little bit of payback after Finn Balor costing Damien Priest the World Heavyweight Championship a few weeks ago, after Damien Priest said he wanted to do it by himself, and Finn Balor didn't like that, and he tried to cost Finn Balor Rollins the match, but in the end he cost Damien Priest that match. So with Damien Priest and Finn Balor still butting heads, and now Damien Priest being the Mr. Money in the Bank, you gotta make this storyline with Finn and Damien a lot more interesting. And speaking of storylines that are very, very interesting, we gotta talk about the best storyline that's going on right now in wrestling, the Bloodline. Because the main event of the show, the Bloodline Civil War, the Usos taking on Solo Sikoa and the Undisputed Champion, Roman Reigns. And this was cinema. This was a really good matchup. I would not say it was the greatest tag team matchup of all time, but it was a really good matchup. From the certain spots and callbacks they did to the overall story between these two sides, the Usos and Roman and Solo. It was just a really good matchup. I enjoyed this match from beginning to end. you have Roman Reigns barking orders to Solo, and Solo be hesitant doing doing these orders from Roman, and you just tell by the look on his faces, you know the turn is coming. Sammy turn on him, Jimmy turn on him, Jey turn on him. You already know Solo is turning on Roman sooner or later, and the more times he barks orders at him, the more the turn is coming. But overall, the tension between Woman and Solo, and also the match, it was very, very, really good. Roman Reigns coming in, trying to take out both Jimmy and Jey. At one point, he got hit Jey with a spear, but Jimmy blind tagged Jey, and both of them hit a spear on Woman, the double spear. And also you had Solo coming in, taking out Jimmy with some more spike, and Woman and Solo did a spear, some more spike combination that was pretty damn cool in my opinion. He stacks Jimmy and Jey together, and Woman pins them, similar to what he did to Damien Bryan and Edge at WrestleMania 37, where he stacked him, smash him, and pin him. But unlike Edge and Damien Bryan, Uso kicked out, and Woman was shocked and crying like a little bitch. Solo just standing there, looking looking like Solo. But at one point you had Solo get ready to put Jimmy to do a now table, but Jimmy ducks out of the way, and Solo misses, and you have Jey and Woman trading Superman punches and super kicks. Roman Reigns spears Jey Uso, and yeah, okay, that's the end of the match. It's over. It's done. But no, Jey Uso got his payback, and payback was a bitch, as Roman Reigns gets low blow by Jey Uso, similar to what Roman Reigns did to him at Clash of Champions 2020 when Roman defended that title in the Thunderdome. And Roman did that in the past also to Finn Balor and Braun Strowman, and having him beating and receiving end of that was just payback. The revenge was sweet for Jey Uso, and Jimmy gets tagged in, double super kick to Solo Sikoa, double super kick to Woman. Jey also tags him back in, hit the splash, 1, 2, 3. And after 3 years of not being pinned, Roman Reigns gets pinned clean. And also, 10 years ago, Jey Uso was the first person to pin Roman Reigns in WWE, period. 10 years later, he's the first person to pin Roman Reigns since December 19th, 2019. Like, this is cinema. Like, this was some of the best. I mean, the Bloodline story has been one of the best in not just in WWE, but in wrestling in general. And you don't believe me that you're smoking crack, because how the hell you gotta say that this not a great storyline? It's not even over yet. This gotta be continuing, because I bet they ain't got money. They gotta have Jey Uso over the Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the Undisputed Championship after this. And it's like, I don't know that they gotta have Jey Uso win that match, but if he does win that match, it will be a monumental moment. It will be a historical moment, not just in Jey Uso's career, but in the entire it just makes this Bloodline storyline worth it. And just I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next time on when SmackDown happens, because they gotta be in Madison Square Garden, and you know something big gonna happen in Madison Square Garden. And you already got Edge being part of the show, so who knows what gotta happen with him. But you gotta be interested to see what happens with Usos, Solo, and Woman, because it's not gonna be over by a long slot. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on Money in the Bank. Did you enjoy the show? Did you hate it? what are your favorite moments of the show, what are your favorite match of the show, and if you haven't done it already, make sure you watch my Bloodline trivia video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago on my channel, and also be on the lookout on Wednesday. I'll be posting a trivia video featuring the Wild Women Wrestling. So make sure to check that out when I upload it. And again, like, comment, subscribe, and tap the bell so YouTube has them in any of my videos, because YouTube can be assholes and not let you know when I upload my videos. And it's nothing new, because YouTube sucks nowadays. But that's just me stating the obvious. But again, hope you guys have a happy and safe, hopeful July weekend. And until that time, I'm Mike Davis, Black. I'm out.